Forecast. We've had some clouds this morning, a little bit of fog. The fog's lifted, but we're still dealing with some morning low clouds. Those should eventually fade away, and we'll get some sun this afternoon. 80 noontime, and eventually up to 85 for high with mostly clear skies this evening. Do know that it will be warm for any evening plans that you may have and any weekend plans you have. We're expecting to be up around 85 both Saturday and Sunday with morning clouds and humid conditions during the afternoon. So when do things finally cool down? When do we finally see some rain? Well, there is a chance for that as we get into late next week. One system traverses the country, doesn't bring us anything. But as we get into, I'd say, Wednesday, Thursday next week, another cutoff low develops. And these are notoriously tricky to forecast, I might add. But it does look like some of that energy will move towards Texas by Thursday into Friday. That's when our best odds would be. We could see some storms with this, but this is all subject to change. So continue to stick with us. We'll get you updated as we do see some of those chances next week. 85 Saturday, 85 Sunday, mid-80s Monday, Tuesday, 20% Wednesday, 40% chance on Thursday.
Get outstanding espresso drinks, coffees, sweets, and so much more at Beans and Brews, especially at their newest location in downtown San Antonio. And they have pastries. They also have these sandwiches right here, and there's a variety of different options.
Today on the news at noon, the weekend is upon us, and we're helping you navigate it all, including some potential traffic issues.
Do you know your blood sugar levels? Well, you can get it checked for free today. How you can do so and talk to nutritionists and endocrinologists at a free diabetes fair in honor of Diabetes Awareness Day.
And we have some clouds out there. They're starting to go away. Warmer temperatures are on the way. And we got some rain chances, too, to talk about. We'll let you know when to expect that coming up.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
Good news and bad news for drivers on the northwest side. 2 new flyover ramps are finally set to open, but it's next week.
That's right. And before that can happen, you're going to see more road closures. So RJ Marquez helps us plan ahead.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of construction activity taking place across many parts of San Antonio. So let's start right here on the far northwest side of town. We have construction taking place starting at 9 o'clock on Friday and basically running throughout the entire weekend to Monday 5 a.m. So what you need to know is that the eastbound lanes of I-10 are generally going to be closed, at least 2 of those lanes throughout the entire weekend as they continue to work on some of those flyovers, which are scheduled to open early Monday morning. So basically this is going to be our biggest delay. I-10 East, again, 2 right lanes as you make your way through the 1604 I-10 expansion and that one interchange right there. But once they open up those flyovers, this is going to be the route. I-10 East right there, La Cantera, that's going to take you to both directions of 1604. You're going to be able to exit at Lock Hill Selma Road and also exit on the opposite side right there at La Cantera Parkway. So it's a mix of good and some bad news for our folks on the northwest side of town. Big news is that they are opening up those brand new flyovers. Okay, this kind of came in late on Friday morning, but TxDOT announced that they are closing a part of the 37-410 interchange. This is going to be on the southeast side of town as they do some of the bridge work that is continuing right there again on the southeast side. So starting again, this is going to be late Friday night into early Monday morning, 9 o'clock Friday, 5 a.m. Monday. We're going to have 37 North closed at Loop 410 in southeast Bexar County, and the westbound lanes of Loop 410 will also be closed. Again, this is a brand new closure that was announced early Friday morning. So stay safe on the roads. We're going to have a lot more information on KSAT.com.
And there's a few more reasons to stay traffic aware. This weekend, there will be 2 Spurs games and 2 concerts downtown, plus a big Christmas lights display. So we're going to walk you through what you need to know at about 12:15.
1 in 6 adults here in San Antonio have diabetes. 95% of those people have type 2 diabetes. Sarah Costa is at Diabetes Health Fair hosted by UT Health San Antonio with how you can talk to a specialist for free today.
World Diabetes Awareness Day. So come on over. This event goes until 4 p.m. at the UT Health Gateway. You can talk to nutritionists, diabetes specialists. You can get your blood sugar levels checked for free. I'm going to go ahead and get my blood sugar checked, and we're going to show you how quick it is. But first, while I'm getting my blood sugar checked, wait, what do I need to do?
Wipe your fingertip.
Wipe my fingertip. And then you prick, correct?
Correct.
Okay, while we're doing that, I'm going to talk to Nora. You are one of the nutrition specialists here. So when people come out, what can they expect?
Yeah, so it's World Diabetes Day, November 14th. We're out here in the community to share great information and knowledge, because the more you know, the better you will do. And it is so important as we're getting our blood sugar checked right here to
Didn't even hurt.
Your numbers. Know your numbers, because if you have prediabetes, which is classified as a 5.7 to 6.4 A1C, you can reverse it. And all we have to do is some simple changes in your diet. Prioritize that protein, some great eggs for breakfast, whole grain toast, add some avocado. This is a superfood right here, high fiber, heart protective, fat as well, and then all kinds of vegetables on the other half of your plate to help stabilize your blood sugar and then get moving. So add some simple steps in your day to really help regulate your blood sugar and stay strong and healthy.
I'm getting my sugar checked right now. While he's checking those numbers, people get this free plate.
Yeah, so it's actually a map of your plate, and on the back of it, it actually tells you what important nutrients, your protein, your whole grain starches, your vegetables, whole fruit, and so it really tells you how to map out your plate, and it's a great strategy in managing your sugar, makes it simple and easy.
Okay, what was my number? I don't know if I want to say this on, we're still waiting. Okay, while we're waiting for that number, I don't know if I want to say it on TV yet. This is free and it goes until 4 p.m., correct?
Right, we're here to support our community, so come on out, bring some friends. We are ready to chat and hope to get your health status improved and managing diabetes with no problem.
All right, is my number ready? It's 98. Okay, I will say that on TV. 98, because that is a pretty good number, correct?
It is a very good number. We want fastings under 100. Your post-meal blood sugar, so if you have eaten, that's 140 to under 200. We never want to see a 200, so great job.
And I ate too.
Well, perfect, even better.
Well, thank you guys so much. 1 in 6 people in San Antonio has diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes. That's why y'all are here today. So come on out. They're here till 4. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And you have another opportunity to give back this holiday season. Starting today, the Salvation Army is kicking off its 2025 Angel Tree program. That's happening this afternoon at North Star Mall. So the organization says its goal is to make sure about 6,000 local kids ages 12 and under have gifts under the Christmas tree. So you can adopt an angel starting today at the mall, those angel trees there, and you can also go to participating Walmart and Sam's Club locations. This will run through December 12th.
Outside with live cam on your Friday, 78 degrees, a few clouds in the sky, but really nothing much to write home about in terms of rain, Justin.
No, not anytime soon. Now, I was just pouring through some of the data that's just coming in again, and it's looking promising next week. I think we're going to have a real shot at rain, but we're going to have to wait until, about a little under a week, Thursday into Friday, I think, of next week before we get rain back in the picture. So let's take a look at some of the weather headlines here. The weekend, hot and humid. Know that we're going to get some morning clouds, a lot like today. It'll start off cloudy, but end up fairly sunny. Next system starts to arrive Wednesday. Again, Thursday is kind of the day we're pinpointing where I think we'll have our best opportunity. And rainfall, as I said, looks good for now. We could even see some storms. The setup is there for that as we go forward in time. All right, satellite picture. There were all the clouds this morning, and they have quickly dissipated. I still think we're going to see a few clouds here and there, but by late afternoon, it'll be mostly sun, and we're seeing a lot of blue skies at this hour. 78 degrees at the airport, 78 in New Braunfels, 80 already in Converse. So you know it's going to be a hot day. We're expecting to get up close to 85 for high. If you have evening plans, nice, just a little warm. 82 at 6 o'clock, 75 at 8 p.m. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, a suspect accused of shooting and killing his brother in Converse is facing a murder charge now. 36-year-old Darren Roger Jr. was arrested after an investigation found his phone being connected to his brother's Wi-Fi at the time of the incident. So again, this happened in Converse just a few months ago in July. A witness told San Antonio police that they heard gunshots coming from the backyard of a house. And when officers got there, they found a shattered glass door and a man dead from multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators also found the receipt for the gun used, which was bought 2 days before the shooting. Roger's bond is currently set at $250,000, and again, he faces 1 count of murder.
Well, KSAT's repeated coverage is part of the reason why upgrades are now being made to a Southside street where several people were killed. City leaders say they're already looking at whether more changes are needed, including additional lighting and possible speed control measures. We're talking about Southeast Military Drive between Old Corpus Christi Road and South Presa Street. Back in August, we first told you how 2 people, including a pregnant woman, were hit and killed within days of each other on the same street. KSAT has stayed on the story from the very beginning, and we got a closer look at the new safety improvements the city has now completed to address growing concerns. Bigger lights, a working crosswalk, and relocated via bus stop are all upgrades. One of the victims' family says this change has made a world of difference to them.
It's emotional and amazing. I'm really thrilled that, after almost 3 months since my sister passed, that we finally got better safety measurements out here for pedestrians.
And we spoke to District 3 Councilwoman about these upgrades, and she says 3 months to get improvements like this in our city is very fast.
Well, it's another jam-packed weekend in the Alamo City, and of course we have you covered with the traffic, and now we're helping you plan your activities, what to do around town over the next couple of days.
And how about a free burger, where you can score one and why there's a bit of a catch. A freebie offer for you this weekend. Hat Creek Burger Company is offering free cheeseburgers to anyone with UT gear on Saturday for the top 10 showdown between Texas and Georgia. I think we can get that covered,
we
right?
could pull that off.
Right, Steph? Yeah, we got that.
Well, the company said the offer will last from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. this Saturday at all 26 Hat Creek locations. The only San Antonio area Hat Creek Burger Company located is in Live Oak.
The offer is only valid for a Little Hat cheeseburger and is limited to 1 person while food lasts. Justin, how badly do you want a free burger?
He's not
How
going to do
badly?
it. He's
I was
not going
over
to do
here
it.
having this debate because I
You
do
would
like
not.
free things.
You do. It's really like a difficult one for Justin, I
I'm
feel.
pretty sure my buddies would disown me, so I don't know. Tough call there. Outside right now, we've got a lot of blue skies. It is warm. The aquifer is down a tenth of a foot, 626.1. In your pollen count, everything is low, and it's just molds pretty impressively, too. It's all the way down to 180. We usually don't see it that low. So everything's quiet in that regard. We do need some rain, though, and as we said, there is some in the forecast. We'll show it to you coming up.
The light park is really a fun Christmas holiday light park. We have millions of lights. The lights kind of dance to are synchronized with the music that you put on your FM channel on your radio, car radio. You buy your ticket for the vehicle, and then as many people as you can fit in your car. You could bring your 4-legged friends. We have 2 locations. We have this one here at Nelson Moore Stadium. We have a location that's been here for several years in Selma at the Ritama Park. There are millions of lights in the park, and every year we change it up a little bit so it's not the same year after year. The actual show that you see behind me here takes you approximately 20-25 minutes to drive through.
And that's not the only thing happening this weekend.
That's right. If you're not feeling the Christmas spirit just yet, it's also the final weekend of Worst Fest in New Braunfels.
That's what I'm talking about. Also this weekend, Frida Fest. That's from noon to 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
So that's a free, family-friendly festival celebrating, of course, Frida Kahlo's legacy. And it'll be held at Maverick Plaza at La Vita.
And military appreciation continues at the San Antonio Zoo. All veterans and military members can get free admission to the park throughout November.
And military members, of course, must show a valid ID. You can find more information on the zoo's website.
And it is game day for the Spurs. The Silver and Black will play against the Golden State Warriors at the Frostbank Center tonight at 8:30.
Yeah, I'll be there tonight, and they're going to hit the court on Sunday as well, and that will be the Spurs Hispanic Heritage Game. So that one will be at 3 p.m. and if you get there early, there is pregame carne asada in the Ultra Club, and it will feature a live band, mariachi music, and of course a vendor market as well.
Couldn't have thought of a better idea myself.
A lot of fun.
You can check out our full list of weekend events in the Things to Do section of KSAT.com. We've also got links to ticket information on that page, and remember, always plan ahead when it comes to parking.
And you can usually find discounted parking at the St. Mary parking garage on Saturdays and Sunday, and at the City Tower on Sunday. So be sure to double check on the city's website where you can find that parking.
There's a lot going on downtown.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's kind of exciting.
And here I am conflicted again because I love Steph's mom.
Oh, yes.
Here we go.
But she's a Steph Curry fan.
Well, of course, she likes the Spurs too.
Of course.
But she gets starstruck when she sees Steph on the court.
I would too.
Yeah,
He did drop 46 points on us.
I know. Well, we're hoping the Spurs win tonight, though. I mean, Steph can be there in all his glory, but we still want the Spurs to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let him score some points and then we win.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's talk weather here. So let's look across the country for our high temperature today. We're calling for 85 here in San Antonio. So as you might imagine, we're going to be one of the hotter places in the country. 89 Abilene, 83 Dallas. The whole state is going to see some very warm temperatures. And really, as a whole, the country is also looking at warmer temperatures than what you would expect in November. You look at the departure from average. So what we're looking at here is how far away the actual temperature is, the high temperature is, from what the average would be for this time of year. And you go up to parts of the Dakotas and Montana, you're talking about 20 degrees above average. Here in Texas, we're running anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above average, which is nothing to sneeze at. And you'll notice that a large portion of the country is above average. It's just been kind of an unusual weather pattern. And I would like to say that this is going to end. It does not really, at least not anytime soon, because as we get into the weekend, you're really talking about the same story even into early next week. And it gets actually a little bit worse here in Texas. We're talking 15 to 20 degrees above average. It's only on the coasts where you start to see temperatures come below average. So with that in mind, let's go outside. Look at those beautiful blue skies. It's 78 degrees right now, 78 in New Braunfels, 80 in Converse, 73 Bernie. We've got a south-southeasterly wind. It's going to be a little breezy this afternoon, but the winds won't be a big issue for you. And as we look at the dew points, now this could be an issue for some. It is humid. You got dew points in the low 60s right now in most spots, and that is not typical of November. It is muggy, and this number does not really go down much as we get into the weekend and early next week. So prepare for some sticky conditions, and that will lead to morning fogs, morning clouds, kind of what we dealt with this morning. Hour by hour today, 84 at 2 o'clock. By 4 p.m., 85. That'll be our high. 82 at 6 o'clock, and then 78 by 7 p.m. We'll call for a clear sky. There could be a couple clouds here and there, but nothing of any consequence. 68 at 11 p.m. down to 67 at midnight, so a nice evening too. Which brings me to my next point. We got playoff games tonight. Sotomayor takes on Brandeis at Ferris Stadium. A lot of good playoff games. This will be a good one. Temperatures in the 70s throughout the game. Again, not typical November football weather, but not bad either. And if you look at the weekend in general, 85 Saturday, 85 Sunday, very consistently warm. We'll start off in the 60s and end up in the mid-80s both days. So if you're going to Worst Fest, it's going to be great. Just know it could be a little steamy in the afternoon. Futurecast, this is the first system that we were hoping would bring us rain. It does not. It moves too far to the north. But there was another one behind that. And this one does look promising for rain. The timing here, we think we may start to see a few showers on Wednesday, but really it's going to be Thursday, I think, that we'll have our best odds for rain as the lift increases out ahead of this area of low pressure. This is also a point where we could see some storms, maybe even a few strong storms. So the best odds, right now we're going to see Wednesday evening to Friday morning. Storms, maybe a couple strong ones possible. This is all subject to change. These cutoff lows can be erratic. Timing can change a little bit. We saw that with the last system. But we're going to hold out hope that we do indeed get some rain chances. Just know until then, it is going to be warm. All right, extended forecast. There's a look at the rain chances. Wednesday, 20%. Thursday, right now, we're going with a 40% chance of storms. Guys, fingers crossed. That would also bring us some cooler weather. And I think we're all kind of ready for that at this point.
We are.
Yes. The 80s are nice too, but yeah, we'll take it. Thank you, Justin. Well, a free holiday meal for seniors. How to take part today. Well, San Antonio seniors looking for something fun to do. Listen up here. So happening today, District 1 office will be hosting its 3rd annual Senior Turkey Dinner. This is today from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's happening at St. Anne's Catholic Church. So seniors can enjoy a free holiday meal, live performances, and you can take photos at a photo booth. There will also be door prizes here.
Well, this week on Pickup Lines, a candid conversation with the former San Antonio First Lady Erica Prosper Nuremberg. Her husband, Ron, is set to make a big announcement tomorrow, which reportedly involves a run next year for Bexar County Judge. Erica is a force in her own right. Wife, mother, the owner of 4 college degrees and a senior level job at HEB. She was born in Weslaco and by age 5 was a farm worker walking the fields and helping to pick crops with her extended family members.
I was in charge of bringing the tijeras,
scissors,
up and down to people who needed them, or water when I was little. And then as I got older and I was able to actually hold scissors or a hoe, I was then put to actual work.
Onions, I know you picked, or you grab onions and then you tap them, you knock the soil off.
Super interesting. In this episode, Erica also opens up about never meeting her biological father, being adopted out of foster care, and what impressed her most about Ron Nuremberg when they first started dating. The latest episode of Pickup Lines premieres at 5:30 and replays at 7:30 this evening on the free KSAT Plus app, or you can watch it right now on KSAT.com. Just search Pickup Lines.
The IRS making changes, how that could affect how you save for retirement. Well, a New Jersey man is the first known person to die after a tick bite triggered a severe meat allergy. So the 47-year-old went camping with his family in 2024 and got violently ill after eating steak. So he recovered. However, 2 weeks later, he ate a hamburger and again got very sick. Then he died. So researchers determined that he had an allergy called alpha-gal syndrome, and this was caused by the bite of a Lone Star tick.
What happens is people develop a hypersensitivity or an allergy to this carbohydrate that is found in animal meat. And what triggers this hypersensitivity or this allergy, so to speak, is a bite from the Lone Star tick.
Lone Star ticks are mainly found in the Northeast, South, and Midwest, and they have a white dot or a Lone Star on their back. Well, doctors say prevention is important when it comes to tick bites in general. And if you're out in the wooded areas, wear long sleeves, long pants, and of course, take repellent. If you do get bit, the CDC recommends that you remove the tick as soon as possible using something like tweezers. Well, keep an eye also for symptoms for about 30 days, and that includes the rash, the fever, the fatigue, headache, muscle pain, and also joint swelling.
Battery-powered AC systems, portable power banks, and a toy that caused one child to go to the hospital. Avery Mura has the details on this week's Recall Roundup.
More than 10,000 of Tesla's Powerwall 2 AC systems are being recalled because they can overheat and catch fire. So far, 5 have caused property damage. These were sold through Tesla's website and certified installers nationwide. We found 4 in San Antonio. The company is disconnecting all affected systems and replacing them. More than 80,000 portable power banks and wireless charging stands are being pulled because they could overheat. While no injuries have been reported in the U.S., some burns have been reported internationally. They were sold at Best Buy, Target, on Amazon, and through the TikTok app. Contact the company to get your money back. Parents, watch out for this one. More than 117,000 Zippy toys are being recalled by Moby Games because they can pose a choking risk if swallowed. One child vomited after putting the toy in their mouth, needing medical care. The company says they are okay. These were sold online through Amazon and Target. To get your money back, contact the company. To learn more about these and other recalls, head to our website, KSAT.com. Avery Mura, KSAT 12 News.
Millions of current and former AT&T customers may qualify for part of a $177 million class action settlement. So this comes after two major data breaches last year exposed personal information. The breaches are believed to have affected more than 70 million people between 2019 and 2024. According to the settlement, the first breach in March 2024 released customers' addresses, social security numbers, and passcodes on the dark web. So a second breach in July 2024 exposed calls and text records. So customers impacted by both data breaches could receive up to $7,500. AT&T does not dispute the incidents happened. However, the company maintains it didn't do anything wrong. The deadline to file a claim is December 18th.
Well, you can put away more retirement for next year. That's because the IRS announced higher contribution limits for retirement plans. It's increasing the 401k limit by $1,000. The same increase applies to 403(b)(s, governmental 457 plans, and the federal government's thrift savings plan. It is also raising the catch-up contribution limit for those 50 and older by $500. It's also raising the limit on both types of IRAs by $500.
It looks like out there with a live cam, it's 78 degrees. I mean, pretty mild. I mean, it's not November winter weather, but we'll take it, Justin.
I'm not complaining. I tend to like the warm weather, but I know that there are some folks ready to feel colder temperatures and maybe get some fall back in here. And it's a possibility, but it's just probably still a week away before that's going to happen. I want to show you a picture here from this morning. This was on KSAT Connect. This was at 1604 near Calaveras Lake, and you can see just sort of a layer of fog on top of the ground. We had that around San Antonio. It wasn't really thick fog that caused a lot of problems, but just a thin layer of ground fog in spots. And we're probably going to see some fog like this again tomorrow morning and maybe even going into Sunday morning. There's enough moisture for that. Forecast 85 today at 4 p.m., 82 at 6 p.m., 75 at 8 p.m. With a high temperature, yes, of 85 degrees, which is rather warm. Rain chances. And we talked about this last half hour, but we'll give you another update coming up here in just a few minutes. Our best chance of rain is going to be Thursday of next week, 40%. And I do think we'll see some storms. And there could be some stronger storms mixed in there, too. It's early to talk about that yet, but just keep it in the back of your mind. And again, we'll discuss when and where and how this system may evolve as we get into next week, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, mortgage rates rose for the second week in a row after reaching the lowest level of the year. So according to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed mortgage averaged 6.24% for the week ending Thursday, up slightly from the previous week. Mortgage rates had been steadily falling in the weeks leading up to the Fed's second rate cut of the year late last month, and they've mostly held steady since then and as investors weigh the Federal Reserve's next move. The Trump administration took action to challenge California's effort to redraw the state's congressional maps ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. Last week, California voters approved a ballot measure championed by Governor Gavin Newsom. So the measure allows state Democratic lawmakers to replace congressional lines drawn by the state's independent commission with new ones. That would make 5 U.S. House seats more favorable for Democrats. Now, after the Prop 50 ballot measure passed, the California Republican Party and others raced to court to try to block the redistricting effort. The Trump administration's involvement signals an escalation in the legal challenge.
The Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown effort focuses on detaining parents and guardians who paid for children to cross the border. According to 2 people involved, administration officials see it as an effective way to ramp up deportations of people who can be easily located by the government. Federal data shows a pair of operations launched this year have led to nearly 3,000 arrests. As a Homeland Security spokesperson said, the arrests are, quote, primarily the result of human smuggling investigations, end quote. ICE launched an initiative this week with state and local law enforcement in Florida to conduct welfare checks on children. The UAC Safety Verification Initiative will soon expand nationwide. A proposed rule change would allow college athletes and staff to bet on professional sports. The NCAA has 1 week to decide whether or not to adopt it. 2/3 of the Division I member schools have the opportunity to rescind the proposal that would greenlight pro sports bets. Paperwork must be submitted by next Friday. The proposal comes as recent sports gambling accusations have spread through the college basketball, Major League baseball, and the NBA. Proponents of the college rule change say it's not an endorsement of sports gambling, but rather a recognition of its growing role in today's sports environment. Betting on college sports would remain strictly prohibited.
Feral pigs are becoming more of a problem. Why they may soon be coming to a neighborhood near you. Well, the American Kennel Club just released its list of the most popular names of the year.
See what you did there. Max has reclaimed the top spot for the most popular male name. Hank, Teddy, Cooper, and Gus rounded out the top 5.
And Luna was the most popular female name, followed by Bella, Daisy, Lucy, and Ruby. The American Kennel Club says the ranking was based on registration statistics and enrollments in its AKC Canine Partners program.
I love the name Gus.
Right?
Gus from
That's
Cinderella.
cute. Oh yeah, the little mouse.
The mouse. I always wanted a dog named Gus, so it's still possible.
Yes, it could still happen.
It's very popular, apparently.
Yeah.
I thought Penny would be on there.
I did too.
Aw. Penny might make the list next
Penny's
year.
usually on the list. Yeah.
Usually it's a pretty common name, but yeah, my Penny, she's 3 years old now. Gotta love her. All right, 78 degrees so far today, 66 the low. The averages are 72 and 50. Records are 89 and 23. 89 was set back in 1983. It is warm, but we're not quite to those record levels. We'll show you just how warm it's going to get over the weekend coming up. Feral pigs may soon be coming to a neighborhood near you. Invasive pigs have long been a problem in Texas, but it appears their destruction may be transitioning from a rural problem to a metropolitan problem. Here's why the pigs and suburbia are commingling.
This Helotes resident was sent running when he noticed this sounder of sizable pigs across the street. Conflicts with pigs are nothing new to those who live on the outskirts of San Antonio. But as the city sprawls, the run-ins are becoming even more common.
It's been amazing to me over the last year and a half, the more and more phone calls I'm getting from neighborhoods in big cities, medium cities, city parks and recs departments.
Jay Long has researched feral pigs for years. And he knows pig damage when he sees it. Here in Friedrich Park, just inside San Antonio city limits, you'll find plenty of signs of their relentless rooting.
This neighborhood here behind me sits right next to Friedrich Wilderness Park, and we're told that residents here have had issues with pigs rooting up their flower bed and tearing up their lawns.
That's usually what spurs most of my phone calls from neighborhoods. Is we've had 20 houses in the neighborhood get their entire front yard looking exactly like this.
But what exactly can neighborhoods do? Here's where it gets tricky. HOAs and city ordinances make it tough in a suburban setting. Long says trapping is often the best bet, but do know it can be expensive. It should also be noted that feral pigs, despite their large size, don't normally pose a physical threat to humans. It's their destruction to property and disease risk that makes them a real hazard.
Those diseases can be spread to humans, pets, other wildlife, other livestock.
Which is why Long hopes to see less run-ins like this one by creating an allied force against these unwanted visitors. Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
That's what I would do. I would run away. I mean, they're not supposed to be dangerous, but I'm like,
And sometimes, but you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So, for people who are new to the area and I think they see these giant pigs, they're like, well, what is that?
Yeah.
And they, if you mess with them, they'll mess with you too. But generally, they try to stay away from humans.
They're just hungry.
They're just hungry, and we're providing food and water for them with all of our, building and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At any rate, they're becoming more and more of a problem, which is wild because they've been a problem for a long time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
good story.
All right. Let's take a look at Lost Maples. I showed this yesterday, but if you missed it, the colors have
it's
arrived.
starting.
It is. So this is courtesy of Friends of Lost Maples. They posted these pictures, and it's pretty beautiful. But you know there's going to be crowds out there, so make sure you get your reservations. It is good weekend for it as long as you can withstand the heat. And they should last for a little bit here, so it's a great time to go out to Lost Maples. It is that time of year. All right, satellite picture shows that the morning clouds have basically burnt off at this point. They're we've got very little left, and it looks like we'll see sunny skies for the majority of today. Temperatures are already up to 78 at the airport, 80 at Port SA, 80 at Converse. So with 80s already on the map, you can be certain we'll reach mid to even upper 80s in some cases. Places like Poteet and Pleasanton, you can expect to be in the upper 80s this afternoon, which is extremely warm for November. We look at the big picture here, and it's still pretty quiet across the country. I mean, you can see the jet streams still pretty far to the north. A lot of the active weather is going to be out across parts of California as the storm system comes on board here. This is not the storm system that's going to bring us rain chances late next week. This is one that will skirt north of Texas, but it is bringing active weather to places like Los Angeles and San Diego this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. Futurecast shows that system will really move north. It's just too far north to give us anything, but it's a system behind that one that really digs. And so, you know, with these kind of lows, we got to get a couple, 3-4 model runs under our belt before we're going to say with, you know, great certainty that we think this is going to happen in this way. But the latest computer models have been pretty consistent in bringing this low into Texas by Thursday and maybe Friday of next week. I think the timing is still a little bit up in the air, but Thursday's kind of a day we're circling because if you just kind of average it all out, it looks like Thursday is going to be our best odds to get some showers and storms. And with this system, I do think storms are possible just the way the atmosphere is set up and the way this system is oriented. I think storms could impact our area. So that'll be something to watch next week. Again, subject to change, but we will update you as soon as we get any new data in. Right now, I'm going with a 40% chance on Thursday. I think really that's going to be our best chance, our best day to see some rain. All right, I want to go through some of Saturday's football games for you with the forecast because, you know, it is important on the field if we got rain or anything like that, but we won't with UTSA as they travel to Charlotte. Temperatures in the 60s there, partly cloudy skies. Good luck to the Roadrunners. The South Carolina Gamecocks visit Kyle Field. Temperatures will be in the 80s for that game. Partly cloudy, no rain, still pretty good, just a little warm. And UCF goes to Lubbock. This one's pretty interesting because I put 80s on there, but it could be near 90 for that game. That is really warm for a late season game. And lastly, yes, the Longhorns do travel to Athens, Georgia. What a game this is going to be. Under the lights, between the hedges, temperatures in the 70s, clear skies. So they're going to leave it all on the field. Weather will not be an impact for that game. Good luck to both squads.
Thank you, Justin.
Mid-80s this weekend.
They can't see your face.
And we'll get some temperatures in the 80s next week with some rain chances Wednesday and Thursday.
Menacing. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go right now to some late-breaking news. A man is dead after drowning. All of this following a police chase in the 4200 block of West Commerce, which is on the west side.
So San Antonio police tell us that around 3 this morning, they had tried to stop a man who was actually riding a bike on the sidewalk. However, police say that man kept going and they tried to track him, but he got away.
Later, officers found the man in a nearby lake. Police say he appeared to be in distress and an officer tried to help him, but couldn't. SAPD tells us game wardens later pulled the man's body from the water. It's still not clear what prompted that initial chase.
Well, this Sunday there will be a food drive, a concert where you can help struggling families and also have fun at the same time.
Yeah, it's happening at Jaime's Place on the west side. Stephanie Jimenez went there a few hours ago to speak with the Tejano artists that are organizing it.
Hopefully, these barrels won't be as easy to drag around on Sunday. That's when Jenny B, Mousy Cervantes, and more Tejano artists want you to fill them up as they take the stage at Jaime's Place for a food drive concert. It makes sense that the event is happening at Jaime's Place. This is a local spot where people come to gather, and it also takes pride in being a West Side business.
When I think of Jaime's Place, I think of community. Like, I automatically think of community.
A community that's also fallen on hard times. These two men are from the West Side and receive less than $100 a month in SNAP benefits. But you get $66 a month in SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
All right.
I spend that in about 4 days, you know.
Some people, you don't understand how hard it is to live over here on the West Side because everything is pretty expensive.
It's gotten more expensive.
Yeah.
That's the point of the event, to invite the community to have fun and help fellow San Antonians who are struggling. To get in, bring food to donate.
They can give any amount they want, but we're really asking people to bring turkeys if they can and canned goods.
For Mousy and Jenny B, the event is also a way to give back to a community that's consistently supported them.
We just want to feel as close to the people as we possibly can.
Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News.
And Jenny B is hoping to collect 10,000 meals. Again, the food drive concert happening Sunday at Jaime's Place from 4 to 9 p.m.
And a reminder that all the food will go to the San Antonio Food Bank, which stays in the community.